Let's jump on.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation, Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded.
With Armslist, you can shop the extensive list of local and nationwide firearms classified, now with more confidence because of their built-in firewall. For only $6.99 a month for personal use, or $30 a month for business vendors. So when you're in the market, please consider Armslist. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Armslist. Yes, exactly. Just like you, Walter. Shout out to everyone out there. Let's get the jazz hands going. Get the jazz hands with the guns. You are watching us live, if this is all working the way it's supposed to, from the Rumbles. That's right. We are in the Rumbles because YouTube won't let us, touch guns like that. Check out. I'm holding the Yeet Cannon. Walter is holding some kind of... I'm
holding the Draco.
Oh, Draco. I was about to say.
With a Polish thing I just got on the end.
Yeah. Draco, I forgot. Patrik had, I think FNs, but I can't even remember.
Look at what he's doing.
Oh, he knows how to load a magazine. Oh, boy. Here we... Oh, and he tapped it in, too. Look at that. He double-checked to make sure the magazine clicked. The Chromie V. This is hold on 1 second.
In my life, shown him how to do that.
If I didn't see that live here, hold on. Let me switch over full screen to Babyface for a second. I just saw that.
I did too.
Hold on, we gotta check.
Gotta be careful with that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to keep his grubby little paws off of stuff.
You can't keep guns. Anything above head height cannot be on the ground anymore.
Yeah. Oh boy. Chromie V, look at this. Okay, this time he's doing one of my numbers and putting it in backwards. You just cheated, Patrik. He would have figured it out. I think he flipped it back anyway. Yeah, this kid. I don't know, man. We might be looking at the next Elon Musk.
I love the fingers on the trigger, though. I love that.
Oh, yeah. While he's loaded.
Great trigger distance.
Yeah, by the way, all safety precautions are being taken with Chromie V. Yes. All safety precautions are being taken by Patrik, Babyface P, I should say. But yeah, Chromie, he's like this. I've seen him in, whenever I see him, he likes to mess around with... Patrik froze. Oh, there he goes. Yeah. Chromie, you cannot keep him out of anything. So
No,
yeah.
It's not possible.
Yes. So
I just can't believe he put the magazines in.
Yeah, no, that was good. So this is episode 1057 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. The title is How is Trump Tariff War Affecting You? We'll talk with the folks out there about that. We've got, of course, Babyface P joining us, and we've got Walter Keller of Safety Harbor Firearms, without which we would not be here. Someone's got to pay the bills, and keep me in nice. What is this? Is this polyester, Patrik? Is
that's 100% polyester.
Yeah, keep me in nice flammable polyester. Well, this actually came from Brownells. You guys remember this one?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Mommy, you should see what your son...
You didn't get one of these Uzi shirts from...
Nope.
This was Brownells, right, Lola? This Uzi shirt? I think so. I think it came from Brownells or something.
The last one I got from Brownells didn't fit me, so...
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Then they got rid of Roy's, so...
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, no, Roy moved on up.
Yeah, but that whole bunch has been...
It kind of died. It was really sad. I've noticed that.
The squad we knew has moved on, but there are other folks at Brownells. Excuse me, we still deal with them. I saw them last. When did I see them? Last year at GunCon. I saw them. Although this year at it's not going to be at Brownells GunCon this year. It's going to be in Ohio somewhere.
It's not as free flowing as it used to be.
Yeah, for sure. There's some things going on there. Nothing that I know about. If anybody wants to know, I don't know anything about what's going on there. But yeah, interesting. So shout out to, let's see who's in the chat here, first of all. We got a ton of people here in the chat. Do us a favor and hit those hit the.
What do they call it over here?
It's the thumbs ups here. So we've got 4 thumbs up so far. So just help us out with this, with the algorithm here on Rumble, and hit those thumbs ups. If you're not seeing this, sometimes you have to like refresh a couple of times. Like I noticed I had to hit refresh a few times to see it. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. It don't cost you nothing. Hit the button. Come on.
Yes. And
don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Yes. And big shout out to, I forgot the name of the guy. It's something 99. We'll probably see him tonight. But he is affiliated with Mark. What am I talking about? With Dark. And with John.
Something, right?
Yeah, Hot Dog 99, I think, and he's been giving people a lot of memberships and stuff, so big thanks to him. So I see Cebolus out there, Night Train is out there, Pin 712.
That's me. That's me.
Oh, that's you. Oh, Pins, of course, Pins Gower.
Yeah, when I tried to... Rumble sucks in some respects. You get a login every time you do it.
You started all over again? Okay. I should have figured out the pins. Yeah.
I got about 3 alter egos on Rumble. So.
Oh, interesting. Well, so one of these days I need to come to your place and take a look at what you're doing. But yes, I do agree. There are some, because this should all be saving in your browser or something, Walt. I don't know. It should be.
Pins. I'm in the laptop where I do the show at, and it pops right up and logs right in without me doing anything.
Okay.
So, I'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at here, like if I comment in here, it looks like Stranger Palooza commenting because this whole channel was put in on Stranger Palooza because Rumble reached out to us and they wanted the van content. And then they created the other channels for us. So that means that Stranger Palooza is kind of like the top channel, and then the other channels are they're there and they're separate. So this is going out on Who Moved My Freedom, but whenever I comment, it says Stranger Palooza. So yeah, it's got its stuff going on. Kurt24 is out there. Night Train is out there. Not what did I say? Night Train, yes, already. Shooting Gallery, NE is out there as well. So shout out to everyone, and I'm gonna say hit the thumbs ups. So there you go. How was you guys' weekend? What did you guys get up to?
It was good over here. We were busy. We were busy driving all across the state. But otherwise, it was good.
What were you driving all across the state for? What were you getting? You don't even like to drive.
No, I don't. And I don't even own the item that I purchased yet. So.
Oh, you're looking for a car.
Yeah,
car, and then they were bluing tanks and some.
Yeah, I had to go pick up some bluing tank. It was a whole disaster.
You're not gonna, bluing stuff is really corrosive and nasty.
Yeah, no, we will find a spot for it that doesn't infect us.
Not in your garage.
Yeah, don't let Chromie get anywhere near to that.
No, it will be safe. Don't worry.
Yeah, and I'll let everyone take your guesses right now in the chat. What I guess we say brand. What brand car do you think Babyface P bought? Come on, let's see what the people say. Let's see what the people say. Yeah, no, everyone doesn't know yet. Don't say anything, Babyface P. Let us know what brand vehicle do you think Babyface P just bought. So Night Train says your Draco's big brother, the Wasser 10, something like that. That's from Jade Grew. Jade Grew says Ford.
Bing, 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 bing.
We have a winner already. Of course. He's not buying anything else.
We were thinking about a Toyota, but the Ford was cheaper, so I went with the Ford.
Now,
sure. I don't think that's the only thing, but sure, fine.
No, it was. We were looking at a Toyota for a while.
You already have a Toyota, so I'm not saying you're against Toyotas.
I want another one of those, but to be perfectly honest, we can't afford that at the moment.
Big difference from what you said you paid for that and what you said you paid for this. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's about 2.5 times the price between what will be my car and what will be my wife's car.
Yeah.
The Bronco Junior things, did they suffer from the engine problems
that the Broncos had?
No, so they're totally different engines. They suffer from their own engine problems, of course. That's why we.
Do we have? Did you send pictures of what you bought? I don't know.
I don't know actually.
You sent pictures of some rental that you're driving around from them.
The one that I actually bought was a used Bronco Sport. It's in like their bluish gray color, but it had a crack in the windshield, so it had a little chip in the windshield. And Ford said that they're just going to put a whole new windshield on, and I'm not going to argue with that. Plus, it had a battery recall, so the battery recall is getting fixed, and all of that is getting done before I purchase it. So again, I'm not arguing with it, but I didn't get to take it home. So instead, I got to take home the Penelope Pit Stop Mobile, which I'm not going to lie, I like it a lot, and I've gotten more looks out of that car than I think I've ever gotten out of my Mustang.
So Babyface P bought a Ford Bronco Sport. What color? I'm looking at a bunch of different ones.
Area 51 is what Ford calls it. It's like a blue-gray.
Blue-gray. Is it like a greenish blue-gray, or is it like
not a green?
Is it like avalanche gray?
Area 51. I'll give you a second. I'll pull it up.
It's a dark blue.
Oh, is it like this?
No. Is it? It's darker than
That's
that.
it right there. That's it.
This is it?
That's what I bought.
Oh, okay.
Ours just has a blue roof as well. We didn't get the black roof. We got the blue roof.
Oh, it has a... Okay, so that's probably an upgrade?
I don't know. Again, it was a used car, so I bought it was a good price. Since we're beating around the bush and we're talking cars, it was $19,000. It was not very expensive.
That's not bad.
50,000 miles on it. It's not bad.
What year is it?
21.
21?
19
grand is not bad. Yeah.
It's not. We talked about this. We hemmed and hawed. It's not my dream car. It's not what I want to drive forever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's our 5-year plan. I needed something easier to take a kid in and out of.
Someone said Chevy, Night Trade. C-Bullet said Schwinn. And Kirk24 said the Area 51 color, so he knows. There you go.
Yeah. I like it. I think it looks pretty good. So right now, because I don't own that, I don't have that in possession, I'm currently driving a Ford Bronco Sport Heritage Edition. Look that one up.
Yeah. Wait, okay.
And I'm not going to lie, if it weren't $20,000 more or $15,000 more, I would have bought this color. But this one's brand new.
So the Heritage Edition is... okay, so let me understand this.
Oh, the Heritage Edition.
I'm looking at it. So the Heritage Edition is just one color? It comes in this baby blue?
Yep, that's it. Yep. It's called Robin's Egg Blue. No, actually, I think it comes in one other color. But it's a Robin's Egg Blue.
Does it have these white rims?
Yep. White rims. It's got the red Bronco. I like it. I think it's fun.
What all the comments you guys are making about dicks and everything else.
I made the comment.
You'd make it sound like it was the worst thing in the world, but it's just...
I like it, honestly. I think it... Oh, I got Tanner here. I think it looks pretty good. I'm really happy with it.
So first of all, none of us could do anything without the rest of the people getting their digs in.
No matter what, let me tell everybody, no matter what happens, somebody brings up dicks. Then I leave. I leave the conversation. It's like I'm over. Because I don't need to talk about dicks with dudes. You know?
Well, Patrik said something about he feels like Dick Dastardly driving that thing.
No, I'm going to race Dick Dastardly. Do you know who that is, right?
Yes, I know. It's a cartoon guy.
Yeah.
With like a mustache, handlebar mustache, and
did you ever watch that old 60s evil guy. Saturday morning racing cartoon?
Yeah. I watched it. I grew up with it.
Yeah.
Wacky. It's called Wacky Racers.
Wacky Racers. There you go. Yeah. They were also in the new Scooby-Doo, the 3D Scooby-Doo that came out a few years ago. They were in there, those characters.
Oh, didn't know that. They it is owned by Hanna-Barbera, so it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But this color makes me think of Penelope Pit Stop. Even though hers was pink, this one is like cotton candy blue.
Yeah. Well, so first of all, the Bronco Sports are good-looking cars. I like to make fun of them because they're not Broncos.
They're not a full-size Bronco.
That's just marketing that Ford did.
Yep. It's
they're about as bad as a Mach-E that you hate.
Don't even bring that up because
what?
They ain't.
I'm sorry, it's the same thing.
I gotta turn my volume down. You guys are blowing my eardrums out.
It is not anywhere close to a Mach-E because I thought about that already.
It's the same kind of marketing thing that Ford did with the Mach-E.
That's trying to turn a sports car into a crossover.
Let me clear it up for you guys.
Electric.
It's the little wannabe Bronco that person can't afford the $50,000 Bronco.
Well, also
I'm that person.
But or more, 50,000 or more, which is
They are
crazy.
so on the used market. Those full-size Broncos are still pulling in $50,000, and I'm just not doing that.
Sorry.
I'm not doing that. So.
Well, yeah, and they made a lot of them, so you are going to get those cheap. Like if you're talking about an actual Bronco, but it's just marketing from Ford. But I think they're good-looking cars. But I gotta make fun of you. So when you said Dick Dastardly, I said there's no dicks involved in that thing, and then Walter put question mark, question mark, question mark. I was telling Lola like, yeah. So those got released before people could actually buy the real Broncos, and then I saw a lot of women driving them, and then there are people who bought those not knowing they weren't actually Broncos. They're like, oh, this is the new Bronco.
You know what's funny?
Into that.
Driving next to a Jeep Wrangler, I don't feel like it's that much smaller than a Wrangler, even though the full-size Bronco is supposed to compete with the four-door Wrangler. This thing doesn't feel that small. Obviously, I would love to one day own a full-size Bronco or something bigger, but I ain't got the money right now.
The Broncos, the actual Broncos are nice. Lola likes those. She likes those more than the Ineos Grenadier.
Because I'm between my quote unquote dream car is either going to be a Forerunner or a Bronco or something.
I try to get Patrik to buy a Tesla Model Y.
They're too expensive for what I needed. That was the problem.
He didn't want to get protested.
I know. I told you I did. I told you I actually did. The problem was they were too expensive. Because I need something bigger. I don't need a car. I need a SUV type thing.
Yeah, I think you wanted the Model X, but when we looked it up, the Model X was not like within
35,
20.
Like 25. The lowest you can get is like 35.
You could have gotten a used Model Y for like 25, and if you buy a used electric car, people may not know that. I'm not trying to make anyone buy electric cars, but if you buy a used electric car in America that's less than $25,000, you can actually get a $5,000 rebate right at the dealership if they're registered with the government for all that, including with Tesla. So you get
shit's all over with, though. That stuff's all over with.
No, that's still in effect. Well, Patrik looked it up. Remember? Oh, I don't know. You probably weren't there, Walt. But Patrik, that's still in effect for now. That's probably going to go away. When we talk about all the tariff stuff, yeah, all of that I think is going to go away. But electric cars are going to start getting cheap here. There's a lot of electric cars getting put out. A lot of people aren't selling stuff, including Ford. I was talking to my Audi dealership, which I bought a ton of Audis from, so I can like hit up the folks over there that I know, and I hit them up, and I was like, hey, is all the Elon Musk hate helping you guys sell like electric Audis? You know what they told me?
No.
What do you guys think they said? Yeah, no. They said no.
The problem, nothing's gonna help the new car market until the prices come down. Nothing.
The market is crashing fast.
Agree with that.
Interest rates are too high. Prices are too high.
Yeah.
Bottom line. And even in the used car market, they're not setting the world fire either, because stuff is still too high in the used car market. So.
Interest rates are high, yes, and a lot of prices are high. Prices have to come way off from where they're at.
We're still playing. The car dealers are still playing the COVID game. Like there's something special going on, and there's nothing special going on besides the fact that they're charging too much.
Yeah, when they have to start crushing those cars sitting on the lots, we have the opposite going on of COVID. When COVID was going on, you would drive around and see no cars on the lots. Now they have to rent out extra lots to go stash cars over on,
and they are paying big dollars for that. They lease all or. They have a monthly payment on all of those vehicles that they can't sell, that aren't selling, and they're stacking that money up. They're going to want that stuff gone real soon.
So what happens with a dealership? And I really figured this out working in the doing a lot of the van stuff. So a typical car dealership or a dealership of even vans, let's say RVs, they have what's called a floor plan. So what that means is that the bank gives them a certain amount of money, they could buy cars, right? So they can have those cars on the lot somewhere between 30 and 60 days, and they're not paying interest on the cars or paying for the cars. After that time,
you're 60.
They start getting bills. And imagine if you have $20 million worth of cars or 10 million or 5 million sitting on the lot.
And the problem that these dealers have done, especially with trucks, is they've offered all these fancy ass trucks, and nobody wants to spend $100,000 for a
pickup truck. Yeah.
There were multiple $80,000 to $100,000 monsters sitting on the lot, and I doubt they're selling.
I mean, just imagine. So before, like $80,000, I'm not talking that far back. If you go back 10 years, $80,000 was like a really nice, super loaded SUV.
You could get incredible something.
$80,000 $80,000 at one time. You could get a custom
5 seconds.
SUV.
Yeah, it was nuts. But now that's, we'll be right back. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Franklin Armory. Franklin Armory provides 100% US-made firearms and awesome binary option triggers. Their focus and purpose is to provide freedom tools to all Americans, especially those in not-so-free states. So when you're in the market, please consider Franklin Armory. Boom. Okay, we are back. We're back here.
Franklin as well. They got a win in court.
Oh, they did. You saw an article? I didn't see that. If you could send it to me, it'd be great.
Remember that? Remember that gun that
Franklin Armory?
Rifling?
The
Redemption or the Redeemer.
Yeah, they won their court case. That is not an SBR.
Ooh, they did win that court case?
They just had a press release, I think, like 2 days or 3 days ago.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah, gotta look it up.
Oh, okay, let me look that up. First of all, let me do this, because I've been meaning to do this. Or at least
I got an email from them saying, hey, look at this, it's not an SBR.
Oh, okay, we gotta look this up and see what's going on here. Let me, now we're looking at Walter eating ice cream.
It's so bonkers. Like,
it's good, too.
Who wants to... The other thing is, our goal is... I told Marley, for anybody, that's my wife, for anybody that's new listening, I told her that I want this car paid off because I traded my Mustang in. So we have a $12,000 or $13,000 car note. And I told her by end of year, I want that paid off. I don't want to carry that car note out. Like, I want to work, get that thing paid off, and then be done with it. And then we can trade it in whenever we feel like we want to upgrade. It's able to be traded up. But yeah, I can't imagine having another $40,000 or $50,000 car note right now. That's crazy.
40 or 50? Could you imagine having an $80,000 car you're paying on? And it's losing.
You guys are making me laugh. You know, I've got a van. My van was $150,000.
Well, you're a prime example too. And it's losing value as fast as you can.
Oh yeah,
faster than you can.
100%. The only thing for me, it's business. So like the van's business. But yeah.
Most of these people are show off. So they go buy that fancy ass truck to show off to their buddies. They got a brand new boat they're pulling behind it. They live in a house they don't own. Every drop of their income goes for paying for some stupid vehicle. That's
the American lifestyle. And I really listen. Like Walter just said, for example, I've been one of those people to ball out like that. You know,
but you're not balling.
You slowed down lately.
You're just spending. No, all you're doing is spending.
Well, yeah. So listen, I think as you grow up and you learn in life and stuff, you do different things. First of all, I've bought cars and things because I'm a YouTuber. So doing the gun thing, which I started doing on YouTube and I still do, you buy guns, right? No one was sending me guns and stuff like that. Still buy guns. Sometimes people send us stuff, but you buy these things. Cars is very expensive, but I wanted to get into the car game, so I was messing around buying different cars. And that was saturated. I think we did very well when we got into the van game because as many people weren't doing that. But yeah, first of all, like my house is paid off. You know, I live out in the...
See, that's our goal, though. Like, that's my goal, is get all those debts paid down. Mm-hmm. It's so liberating. When we, 4 or 5 years ago, when we fully got rid of our credit card debt, it was like the most liberating thing. At the end of the month, I was like, oh my God, we have so much money.
But it's
amazing.
It's tough to get rid of the... But let me show you this. I do want to talk about the credit card debt. It's tough to get... So check it out. This is our logo. What's up, Walt? What happened?
I'm just saying... They say it's tough. Yes, it's tough. But
you just have to be.
Yeah.
We were diligent, and we put $500 a month each of us on a credit card.
Yeah,
bang it off.
You got to be pig-headed. By the way, here's our logo. Since we're talking about the tariff wars and all that, you see there's cars and tractors. Someone's probably like, "Why is there tractors in here?" There's the scruffy dog that represents Babyface P.
Trump brought up tractors today, talking about tractors.
Yeah, there you go. There's the well, a lot of our tractors are not coming from America, people. There's the eagle that represents Walt, and of course the skull, that's me. Money, stuff blowing up, trade wars going on. That's what that whole thing is about. But let me say this what?
Oh, go ahead. Finish.
No, I was gonna say in terms of the getting rid. So the funny thing happened. Lola and I were talking about this. So like Lola is the boss of all monies. So Lola makes her money. Lola is the boss of that. I make my money. Lola is the boss of that. This is my secret to staying married.
If she wasn't, you'd have nothing.
Exactly. So this is how, So anyway, so Lola paid off this credit card, right? She's really good with this. So I think I had $1,000 on it. So Lola was like, listen, this credit card, the interest rate, everything's horrible. I'm paying this $1,000 off. She pays it off. Like a month later, the credit card company sends her a bill, says you owe us $30. She's like, what the hell? Why is there $30 on here? I paid this thing off. They were like, oh, that's interest charges from that $1,000 or something.
Yep.
So she was very mad. She paid that off. Then she just recently again got another bill.
This is why
for $30
get into credit card debt.
Yeah, and she calls them up. She's like, "Why the hell is there another bill for $30?" When I pay, they're like, "Oh, if you have a thing there and we charge you interest, we do it 2 months." I was like, "This is crazy."
Credit card companies are scum.
Yeah, they're just gonna keep doing this. So she paid that off, and I was like, "Listen, at some point here, if next month they hit you again, this is nuts." But you can't talk to anyone over there. Everyone you talk to is in a different country. If you tell them I want to talk to a manager, it's a manager who's in a different country.
Yep.
Hello.
Yeah, no American. So it is crazy dealing with debt and stuff like that. And I want to talk about this in terms of the tariffs with you guys, because right now media and all that is making everyone panic over what's happening. And I don't think people should panic. If anything, this is going to help you. If things get too expensive or whatever, it's going to help you to stop.
The thing for me that's hilarious is the people that are panicking were the same ones that are saying eat the rich, tax the wealthy. You're literally fixing the stock market.
Is it don't touch my body crowd? You can't touch my
body. But now that things are getting corrected, no, this is terrible.
Oh, hands off. You're talking about hands off. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and go get your COVID shot.
Listen. There's a lot going on in the tariff wars. First of all, I'm pretty sure in the news I saw like 50 countries have already started negotiating.
Absolutely, because they're not stupid.
It's all simply fixed very easily. There's no big deal. You just us Japan, we sit down and talk. Okay, here's a good amount for both of us. We agree to it. Done. Next.
Yeah.
Cambodia next. Vietnam next.
In the end, what's happening is that, so I don't know, the simplest way I could boil it down is the whole world is making stuff. Every country out there, pretty much, that you could think of. There's probably a few countries that make anything. Yeah, we're consuming about a third. So America is making things. Everywhere else is making things. But America consumes a third, at least, minimum, of what the whole world makes. So everyone's selling us stuff, but when we make stuff and we send it to other places, they tax the living bejeebus out of us. We get taxed when we make things and send them to Europe, to anywhere. But when they make things and send it here, the taxes have not been reciprocal up until now. Go ahead, Walt.
And as much as you don't like what he says, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Trump, when I say he, as much people, he's it's like, it's true.
To me, it's not about defending Trump. I mean, this is a problem. This is why, like, a lot of important things that should be made in America is not made here.
Why should we get taken advantage of in trade deals? There's no reason for it.
It's detrimental to us. I mean, if you, for example, where is that Ford Bronco you just bought made? Do you know?
Mexico. I was not happy about that. Made in Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, yes, assembled in Mexico. Now, not everything's made in Mexico. A lot of the parts are made in China and stuff like that.
Probably, yeah. The parts
because where else are you going to make them? And you can't get screws and bolts and stuff like that, by the way, unless they're made in China. or India. None of that stuff is made in America. And the problem with that is, like when we ran into COVID, if these things are getting made in other countries and not made in America, and then we have an issue like that goes down, or that country doesn't like us. If China doesn't like us and we don't get screws, what happens?
Well, that can all... It's not the end of the world.
It's not. It's not the end of the world, for sure. But we need motivation to make things here. That's what I'm saying. We need the motivation.
You got to turn off the lawyers. You got to turn off the EPA. You got to turn off the unions.
Yeah.
There's so many things that pushed all that manufacturing away. It wasn't just because it was cheaper over there. It's because it's too fucking expensive here.
Yeah.
Because
that's part of it.
Yeah.
That's absolutely part of it.
You know, look at Detroit. Detroit used to be a megalopolis town, city, huge.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I got too. And
a pizza.
2/3 of the old Detroit is deserted now. It's sad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, there are some struggling business. What is it? It's Shinola and stuff like that. But that's not a lot. They're not. That's not enough. That's not enough.
You're talking the watch company?
Yeah. Well, Shinola makes watches. They make a bunch of stuff.
They barely make anything in Detroit, though. They buy parts from Japan and manufacture to put them together in Detroit. That's all they do.
I'm from a city in Illinois called Rockford. Rockford used to be the screw capital of the world.
So this is where all the screws and everything were made.
Fasteners, hinges, all that stuff. All the stuff for Detroit was all made in Rockford. It's all gone now.
Yeah.
That started late 70s. That's been going on for a long time where it just went away.
Yeah. Well, there's been different waves. It's not just the Chinese. I think the Chinese are probably the biggest abusers of the way the system is going. And back in the 80s, it was the Japanese. It's been different places doing that. But there's a lot of countries coming to the table and negotiate. People are freaking out and panicking. Here's my thing. First of all of us, and I'm not trying to take myself out of it. There's stuff I love to buy. I have my things I'm into. I'm into cars. I'm into guns. I'm into watches a little bit. But the thing is that we all need the motivation. So if things get so expensive that you can't buy it, just ask yourself, what do you actually have to buy to get by? Yeah.
Well, when it goes to building mini bikes and mini bike parts, most of that stuff is all made overseas.
Oh yeah,
and a lot of the stuff, a lot of that stuff has always been made overseas. It's not.
Well, the Japanese, Chinese, Indians,
like that stuff it's always been made overseas. So, will things probably go up a little bit? People will take advantage of it and they'll raise prices.
They will work. So some companies are already saying that they're going to absorb the costs.
Right? I mean, honestly, one of the reasons why I found this car is because Ford announced that they were giving employee pricing. So they're on most of their new vehicles are going to give employee pricing, and they're like, we're going to fight the cost by passing it along. And whether that's a marketing scheme or they actually give a shit, I don't know. But that got me to go to their website and go, hey, let's see what's on the lot at the Ford dealership that we like shopping at. And this car was there, and I was like, I sent it to Marley, and she's like, let's just go buy it. Let's just go get it. So, but their marketing 100% worked on us. It got me to go look for vehicles from Ford.
Yeah. Listen, I feel ultimately all of this is going to get worked out. The world wants to sell us shit. The world is not going to get by if we don't buy stuff. We're not going to die if we don't buy things. We need the basics, right? We need food and stuff like that. But
addicted to cheap shit from other countries. We're addicted to sweatshop labor.
Everyone likes cheap stuff, and part of it is, I think, some of it goes back to what Walter's saying, like, some things here should not be as expensive as they are, but it is because of lawyers, like, that's why, like, all the safety stuff and all that, and things that are,
And government regulations on top of government regulations.
Right. And what they did with the unions is very destructive, and I don't think people realize that, like, all these union deals get made, okay? And then it looks like you're going to make more money, but then what happens? The company doesn't make the shit in America, and they cut the union jobs. Like
McDonald's, prime example.
Yeah, I'm not saying unions are I'm not saying unions. I don't know. At this point, I don't think they should exist. In the past, they made sense. We're past that now. We're past that because these people are negotiating and getting like big salaries and stuff, but the companies aren't doing that. They're just closing up shop. Yeah,
and it doesn't incentivize. There's no incentive for workers to. I don't think unionized employment does not incentivize hard work necessarily.
No, I think there's other ways to do it. And listen, I hate to bring this up because people are going to get mad at me, but how come Tesla has grown and is doing so well as a company? Well, you hear all this bad news, but if you look at Tesla's stock and you track it over a long time, it's not down.
Toyota is the Toyotas that are made in America is a non-union shop, and I like Fords. I've had a lot of them, but the Toyota we own outstrips my Ford, every single Ford I've ever owned. It's
your Toyota though is not made in America.
Japan.
Yes,
know that. Right. But look at the Corollas and stuff that are on the street. Those things will go.
No, but
400,000 miles.
Yeah, but Toyota, a Tacoma, a Tundra, those are made in America, and they're awesome. They're very popular cars.
And those are completely non-union jobs.
Yeah, they have high resale value. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honda, I think, is making cars here. Hyundai and Kia
I would never buy a Hyundai, and I'd never buy a Kia. Those are two on my list.
Why? What's wrong with that? I've had those.
They're garbage. They're garbage throwaway cars. The engines and transmissions drop out of them.
That's not really true. That's not true.
It is. They're terrible.
That
cars.
is not true. That is not.
Yes, don't buy Hyundai. Do not buy Kia.
My dad bought the first Hyundai. What was it? Hyundai Excel. Remember in the 80s, Walter? Was it 1986? I want to say.
Yeah.
1986 Hyundai Excel. My dad had that car. So you guys know my father has a master's degree in metallurgical engineering from Brunel. Okay. In metallurgical engineering, my dad, okay? So he bought the Hyundai Excel, never changed the oil. You know why? You know why he never changed the oil? Because he's an engineer, and he said, this is an aluminum engine, don't need no damn oil changes. I think he changed it once or twice, but he didn't do as many oil changes as he needed to do. He got over 100,000 miles before that engine seized up, but it did seize up. But that's on him. That's on him, though.
The new Hyundais are dropping transmissions like crazy.
Oh, really?
The Kias are stolen left and right. That's the only problem with Kias, really.
Oh, okay. But they're very popular cars here. A lot of people have, Kias. I think I'm pretty sure John Crump has a Kia.
Would not buy a Kia.
Yeah. I've had them. I mean, they're okay. Not my favorite, not my favorite cars in the world. They're all right.
I try my best to buy American if I can, but honestly, this 4Runner
what is American?
I know, but the car I bought is not American. It's a Mexican car.
Yeah, what is American?
I'm not happy about it. Chevy, Ford, GM. I don't like buying Stellantis either because I don't like the unions hold Stellantis' balls, and I don't like that. So I don't particularly want to buy Stellantis cars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Night Train Original says, I think the Toyota engines and drivetrains are made in Japan. Yeah, they're assembling here. That's how technically they can do it more affordably, by assembling. Kurt24 says Kia/Genesis. Genesis is good. That's what Richard Hughes has. People love Genesis. I know you. They're doing. I think they're doing some cool cars.
There are people out there that eat maggot cheese. So,
taste
is in the eye of the beholder.
I don't think it's that.
It's not that bad.
I'm not buying a Kia. I'm not buying a Hyundai.
I don't know what I don't know what schism he had. Like someone jumped out of a Kia and sexually abused him.
It's like, to me, it's like buying a Ford Fiesta. It's a throwaway vehicle. You're going to put 60 to 100,000 miles on it and then go throw it in the dumpster.
But Kias and Hyundais were traditionally very good, affordable cars. Now, all of these cars now, my dad bought that Hyundai Excel for, I want to say, it was like $6,000. They weren't expensive. Yeah, $4,900. Boom, there you go. Nowadays, a Hyundai is you can't buy the engine for $4,000. The cheapest Hyundai you could probably get brand new is maybe $30,000. That's the issue.
Well, I don't know, 20 to 30, I think, is your Hyundai pricing.
Yeah. Let's see. Kurt24 says same with BMW in Greenville. Yeah, BMW is here.
I've heard. No, I don't need to eat more. I'm deliciously full. Thank you so much. I have heard BMWs are really great cars, just expensive.
So it comes to repairing them.
No, it comes to repair, and it's even more expensive.
Yeah, and BMW drivers have a reputation of being dicks. So
totally.
I know Walter doesn't want to hear any more dick talk.
I don't have a BMW.
No, there are some cool BMWs. I've never owned one, but there's some BMWs I like. But BMW and Mercedes, I like the old ones. Like I like the old Mercedes and the old BMWs. Those are better to me.
Those. I think those are cool.
Yeah.
Those old Mercedes convertibles and stuff. I think those are neat.
560 SEC AMG. That's the most beautiful Mercedes, ever made. We got 13 seconds. 13 seconds here, and then we'll be right back. We're talking about tariffs. Let us know how the tariffs are affecting if you feel. And we'll talk about what it's doing with guns, too. That's the thing we got to talk about. Yeah, guns. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like High Point Firearms and Full Forge Gear. Bags and gear for everyday life. Did you know High Point is an American family-owned and operated company located in Ohio with over 30 years of manufacturing experience? High Point is proud to be the home of the working man's gun and your source for affordable handguns and carbines with a lifetime warranty. So when you're in the market, please consider High Point. Shout out to the folks out there. Let me, at High Point, hold on one second. So I want to show you this, Patrik, because I don't know if you're aware of these, you've ever seen these. The 560 SEC, my friend. This is a car I would love to have. Look at the beautyosity on these cars, man. Look at that thing. Look at that. That's like a late 80s, early 90s Mercedes. Look at that thing. That's beautiful. You're being real quiet right now.
It's a product of the 80s. That looks like something straight out of the 80s.
You are a product of the 80s.
That's true, and I'm showing my age. Two-door, what kind of engine's in it?
Big ass engine.
If it's not a big ass like V8 or something, that'd be pretty.
Some of these had 12s and stuff like that. Look at this one. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. I'm always trying to buy these. Lola will not allow it. But yeah, look at that thing. Yeah, those are the beautiful. Those old Mercedes and when I say old, I don't mean like going back to the 60s and stuff. Although there's some nice.
He doesn't mean like Hitler's BMW or Hitler's.
No. Yeah.
Those guys had some badass. No, what was it? The Grosers. Is it Grosers? Groser? Remember do you know what I'm talking about? No, but
that Walter and I like.
No, but I thought they called like these old Mercedes Grosers or something like that, and they were like bulletproof. All the dictators drove around in those back in the day.
The bunch of the Germans had what's the Rolls Royces and stuff too?
Yeah. Was it Grosers? Yeah, Grosser. Hold on.
I've never heard that before. What's that come from? Like going to buy groceries?
Walter, I thought you would know about this. Check it out. Look, if you search, I put Mercedes Grosser in here. Mercedes-Benz 600. See? Mercedes-Benz 600 Grosser.
Oh, like the limo thing.
Yeah, the old limos. These were really tough. Dictators love these bad boys. Yeah. And these are big money nowadays, by the way. But they belong to like Idi Amin.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I guess those were easy to bulletproof.
Have you seen the Toyota that they make for that?
I know Japan has a version of that, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Toyota that they sell to like the Yakuza. Like that's the only people in Japan that buys it is like super expensive. It's like $150,000 car or something.
Yeah.
They just say
and it still looks like it's from 1980.
We see last week in Russia that one of Putin's limousines just happened to explode and catch fire.
I heard about that.
I did not know that, no.
I think that was a little bit of a message sent out.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
I heard about that.
The Ukrainian intelligence people run deep and in Russia, and I think that was like, hey, that could be you in that thing burning.
Yeah. Can I tell you something? Putin has to be really careful, because if you give the Ukrainians time, they will come up with some shit.
They'll catch up. Yeah.
They will eventually get him, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It'll be like a Fast and Furious. You know how Fast and Furious did this ridiculous movie where this hacker took over all the cars and all that? Not really possible.
I haven't seen it. No.
Yeah, not really possible right now, but it will be some shit like that if they have enough time. So if someone's really trying to kill you and they have money and resources and ingenuity, they're gonna get you the more time they have. So
yeah,
we'll see. Mr. Bullshitter's in the chat.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Mr. Bullshitter. So everyone's saying what they have. He says he has a Toyota Century, I think is what you were talking about, Patrik.
That's the one. Yeah, it's the like the mobster car. I think it's cool looking.
Night Train says, I drive a Kia Seltos. So far, so good. Shooting Gallery says, I drive a Kia Soul, and I love it.
Oh my God, so many Kias out there. I've offended everybody.
Yep. Kurt24 says Kia / Genesis. That's
Jesus, how many of all y'all drive Kias?
People love Kias, man. Don't think that they don't.
I guess I'm just the asshole in the room, huh?
Where did the Kia man touch you?
Listen, all over.
Someone did something very bad. Patrik, I don't know.
Give me a little, Patrik. I have some candy.
Let me show you the Kia. Yeah, hop in the back.
Patrik's like, all I can remember is that dude was driving a Kia.
He was in a Kia Accent.
Yeah.
Or Excel, whatever.
No. So let me see. So we should talk about how
how's it going to affect?
How we think the tariffs are going to affect the gun world. I think the gun world is already on a downturn right now, but it's coming off a high. We should probably talk about that. What do you guys think is going to be the effect here?
It's going to have no effect on the gun world.
Okay.
Yeah,
for the most part.
It shouldn't have much of an effect. I mean, raw material costs, maybe.
Well,
but it shouldn't. Like, we don't import. We don't sell. Well, we do sell some guns, but we don't import a ton of guns.
Wait, hang on a second. What do you mean we don't import?
Turkey.
Ever heard of a country called Turkey?
Yeah, we bring in a ton of guns, but we have. How can I say? One thing about America is a lot of guns are made here still.
Yeah.
So, but also, I think that the guns that we import, the prices have been going up anyway for the last 10 years, right? Prices have been going up for 10 years. Walt, so. you talk all the time about how prices on AKs and things like that have gone up.
Yeah, that stuff has went up.
Yeah,
but that's
And then ammo, which is a big deal. A lot of ammo comes from outside of the country, even though probably more ammo is made here, but a lot of ammo comes from outside.
Unfortunately, I could see ammo prices jumping because of it.
Well,
but we already lost a lot of ammo we can't bring in, like we were talking with the High Point guys.
Which, by the way, could be fixed with the swipe of a pin from our new ATF people. Which I guess we got to talk about the ATF 2 here soon, actually. But a lot of that could be fixed by the ATF.
And
not presidential, nothing.
Okay. So then the high-end guns that are coming in, there are a lot of high-end guns outside of AKs, like, let's see. HKs. Is HKs any of the HKs made here in America?
A lot of them are made in the U.S. now, yeah.
They're opening a factory here. I don't think any of them are right now, though.
I thought they were. I thought they already had some here.
I think they're actually opening an actual manufacturing place. I mean, Kentucky or something.
They might have been doing the assembly thing.
Most of Glock now is made in Georgia.
A lot of, yeah.
So,
but if you're talking, like B&T is made in Switzerland.
B&T is expensive and made elsewhere. Steyr is same thing. Steyr is imported.
Yeah. Isn't what you call it Croatian? A lot of their guns. No, is it not Croatian?
Yeah, they're Croatian.
Yeah, the Springfield guns, the XDs, and all those guns are all made over there. Yeah.
And then what is the company? Not Smith and Wesson. Taurus is Brazil. Yeah.
Brazilian. A lot of their stuff is very little of their stuff is made in America. A couple of their guns are. Most of it's imported through Miami.
Yeah. Walther, a lot of stuff is made here, but they do still have some things that are coming from.
Yeah.
There'll be some effect, but that's not going to be the main.
Again, before any of this really crashes the party, I think a lot of these are going to get handled. A lot of the EU states are already saying that they want to have this taken care of. Mm-hmm. They don't want any of this. They want to get it fixed.
Yeah, because we use a lot of their stuff, but those foreigners, they like a lot of American stuff too.
They do. Driving an F-150 over in Europe is a big deal. You're very wealthy if you can drive an F-150.
And I think I know in England for sure you could buy a F-150. You could definitely buy a Mustang.
Oh yeah, that's a big deal.
That's a big deal. You see
them
every once in a while.
Yeah. Well, Mustangs are very popular. And then this new Mustang, they made it so I think it could be converted. The new C8 Corvettes are also made so they could easily convert it to, what are they, right-hand drive over there?
Right-hand drive, yeah.
So
in England.
Yeah. But we probably they don't buy that many American cars.
No.
You don't see that much.
Not really.
How many American guns do you think go overseas? Do you think more goes overseas than comes in?
Not for private hands, but a lot of police departments and things like that. I bet a lot of them have some firearms of ours.
Yeah, I'm wondering how many. Like, are the AR? So, are there ARs, for example, coming from FN? And is FN making them there or here? I know FN makes the FN stuff here. Yeah. So,
I think it's here.
They wouldn't make it. They wouldn't make it here to sell it over there. They just make it over there to sell it over there. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be very specialized. So I'm wondering how the gun thing works out and whether or not they built exemptions into that for the weapons anyway. The weapons aspect of it. So
there might be something. Yeah, I haven't looked into the specifics of the tariffs, if it's just a flat number or if there are exemptions, which I thought there were some exemptions. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I know overall here in America, in the gun world, sales and stuff like that are down.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of companies.
Down for a while, it's nothing.
Yeah. It's not the tariffs, but they're down.
No, it's got nothing to do with it. It's just there's no threats.
There's no threats, and I think there's some fatigue in the market. Personally, I think people are tired of spending money.
How many ARs can the average guy buy?
Yeah, it's snowblindness. Yeah, how many are you gonna have before you're like?
Well,
okay, I think I got enough.
It's just fatigue of like, do I need to spend another $600? Do I need to spend another $1,200? Do I have?
Not if you have 10 ARs that you bought for $400.
Exactly. What? Yeah, it's like you can get an AR-15 for $350, and it's not like you have to be a dealer to get that.
And then on top of that, like I've been stacking lowers
for a long time. Yeah.
How many? Okay, yes, I've got a stack of lawyers for the company.
Right.
And the only thing that's going to sell those lowers in any mass would be some kind of crazy event to happen. And even when the events, and even when the events happen now, nothing happens.
Well, because it's saturated. There were people who didn't have guns before, right? So there were a lot of liberals, that didn't have it, or younger folks. But a lot of those people have since heard about these things and got. And during COVID, a lot of people were getting guns. But we had several things that happened in history that bumped up guns in the last 10 years. And I think we're coming off of that now because, yes, we
had that crooked election with the rioting and stuff, which all was that pushed gun stuff too. So
right.
And COVID, and then shooting here, a shooting there, blah 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 blah. But once again, even if there's a shooting now, there's nobody that's going to say, we're coming to get your guns because they're not in charge.
Because of the current,
So nobody pay too much attention to it, really. I mean, they're still trying to ban things, and they put these bills out there, and it doesn't go anywhere. It's just they can't help themselves. But
I think so. Now, I don't expect you to talk about like the personal finances of your company, Walt, but have you guys noticed either flatlining, going down? How does it look to you in general?
I could make even more and sell even more.
Yeah. Now,
but I don't make what everybody else makes though.
Right. That's what I was going to say. Do you think that's because you're like a cottage industry and make it something that's more interesting to people, and then therefore there's less of them out there, and so therefore a bigger demand pool than there would be for the things that there's a ton of them?
People are still buying HKs, MP5s, MP5Ks. They're still buying all those stocks. That's the main stocks people buy from us. 50 cals, people are still buying 50 cals. I'm gonna get ready to. I just test fired 5 tonight. Probably putting another 10 together by the end of next week, and probably most of those will all be spoken for relatively quickly. So,
yeah, I think your business model doesn't call for you to sell 100,000 guns or 100,000 gun parts in a year.
Oh damn! I sure wish I could, because then I could get a. I'd be. Yeah,
you could get me that Ferrari that you're like, hey, I'll get you this Ferrari, huh?
Yeah. No, I mean, a lot of people make a lot of the same things that even in the AK world, it's got to be slower because
there's fatigue.
Yeah.
I have not had a AK build in a couple months. I'd say it's slowed way down. Okay. Yeah, nobody's contacted about getting a build done. Which, by the way, if you want to get a build done, send me an email. I'm happy to do it.
Now's the time to do it.
Yeah, I got freed up right now. So
yeah, I was going to ask you too, Patrik. You're a gunsmith. How's business?
People are spending more money than normal. Well, okay, I can't say that because I don't have a good gauge of it. People are spending more money than they did during the election cycle, which I think everybody was very tight during the election cycle.
But once again, you are helping people fix things and fix up older things. Yeah.
And other people in this world that are very busy are auto shops.
Yes.
True.
Because people don't want, they'll spend $2,000 or $3,000 to fix their car up.
Yeah, you don't want to trade it in. Yeah.
40 or 50 grand for the same.
A new car.
Yeah.
I will say that I feel like my services are a bit of a luxury service. Some guys will see it as not a luxury. So turkey hunters or guys that are getting ready for they just got a new can or something and are getting ready for deer season. It's less of a luxury because you're like, okay, I want this gun to have this on it, but it's still like it's not like a car that I gotta have it to get to work or something.
Yes. But also, I feel with Patrik, being a gunsmith, you could tell me if you think I'm wrong here, Walt. A lot of the gunsmiths are getting old and leaving the game, so there's not a lot of gunsmiths out there.
There's less, yeah, and it's exactly. So, like with everything, if there's an opening and there's less people doing it,
it's fantastic for me. I'm the only guy in like North Central Florida that does stuff, and I've had a lot of calls of people going, "Hey, do you do such and such?" And I'm like, "Yeah, just bring it by." Oh, really? I've been looking for somebody to do this for 2 years, and I'm like, "Well, I wish I was in business 2 years ago, but yeah, bring it by. I'll get it done now." Happy to do it. Yeah. Happy to take it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get people asking me about stuff, and I don't have time for it. I mean, or we're making things. We can't take things off a machine to make one thing.
Right.
It's like, no.
Right.
Don't work like that.
Yeah, I feel like the gunsmithing business is going to grow in the future here because
that's why I enjoy having a manual machine shop, is because I don't have the stipulate. I don't make as much money as Walter, but I don't have the stipulations of Walter where it's like, okay, this machine's making me.
Yeah. You're also not. Yeah, like right now, you don't have to buy 2 new CNC machines.
God, no! Just the thought of that stresses me out so bad.
And I sold the one and it went away. And then tomorrow there's a guy coming at 9:00 in the morning to take a look at the other one.
So let me ask you this, Walt: how much is a CNC machine? How much is just one? Because you're going to replace 2 CNC machines, right?
The two of them are basically $220,000
each, or together.
Together.
Two of them.
Oh, so yeah, like 110 each. Okay.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Wow. I know it makes you money. I get that, but that's a lot of money.
So you got to finance that or something.
Yeah, you finance it for. I think this is like 60 months. I think something around there. Yeah, it's. When you were talking about interest the other day, I had to chuckle because you said $400. It's $40,000 worth of interest on it.
Wait, who said this? Me? Or
Patrick was talking about.
No,
car
my
stuff.
yeah. When I was negotiating with the car, the guy was giving me the cold shoulder because I wanted my 1.5%. And he was like, "Well, it's just $400."
That guy doesn't know who walked into that dealership.
Like, fuck you! It's my $400. It's not yours.
So that guy does not know who he's dealing with Patrik.
Hell no! And then once he gave me the cold shoulder, absolutely, I was done. I was like, I don't care. I will walk away from this deal before I sign your paperwork. Fuck you.
Go ahead, Walt.
No, we were gonna buy it, and we were getting ready to do the deal, do the financing, and then the interest rate was, I think, was like almost 7%, and then Herco came out with a deal where it was like at 3.99, and but that was supposed to be on existing inventory. So the sales guy, it worked out, and they couldn't give you a big discount they give you at that special rate. So the discount went from being 20,000 different to being 10,000 different. But at the lower rate, in the end, you save about 20 grand in interest. So
wow,
it was a better deal in the end. So
yeah,
it all worked out in the end.
And in that time that you're buying it, like, do you also have to pay for maintenance, or does that kind of stuff come covered?
Yeah, you pay for that yourself.
Okay, so that's an extra.
I mean, you can get like a maintenance contract and stuff where they come out on a regular basis, which is not a bad idea.
It's not.
But
probably it's a good idea, like if the machines are busy and breaking all the time, right?
Yeah, but it's one of those things where you got a machine that's running sometimes and sometimes it's not. The big one that
we got 10 seconds.
All right, I'll do it when I come back.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna get more into this and talk about other stuff. Talk about guns or whatever else you guys want to. We'll be right back over here in a second. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of manufacturers like Safety Harbor Firearms. SHF is a quintessential family-owned small business, totally representative of the American dream. Safety Harbor Firearms is a Florida-based manufacturer of the compact entry stock and the SHTF 50 upper for an AR-15 lower. Also, SHF happily delivers on your Sten gun parts needs. So don't forget to check out stenparts.com and safetyharborfirearms.com. That's right. Okay, we are back.
I'm back.
Yeah. What were you saying, Walt?
What was I saying?
We were talking about the maintenance and...
the machines. Yeah, I mean, if you got a machine that's running... Okay, the big Haas, for example, Chris had set it up to run these little Picatinny rails we need for the 50 cals. Got it all set up. It stops running.
God, I would
move that.
He's so fucking mad.
Move that whole setup to another machine, and then it had an issue. So then
that downtime's expensive.
Yes. Other Hercos, and then he moved that to another machine, and we got it running.
Plus, you're paying dudes who aren't running machines.
That too, yeah. Or if the machines, those Haas's have been paid for years, but they're just sitting there taking up space, not running.
Yeah. I feel like when your machines are broken and your dudes aren't doing anything, they should be going to all my YouTube channels and just looking at videos.
You want them like a Chinese phone farm where they're just racking up views on stuff? Thumbs up.
I'm just messing with Walter because I hear the frustration every time Walter complains about a machine being down.
I'm kind of glad I'm not in that CNC market because it's gotta suck.
I could be doing the same thing I do, just farming it all out to shops, which I did in the beginning. I farmed everything out, and it works. It can work, but you don't have any. You don't have any. It's hard to prototype stuff and do things like that. So, and right now, if we decide, tomorrow we got to swap this thing out and run something else tomorrow, we can take it off the machine and do it. Halfway through what we're doing. So
yeah.
So the two new machines, the one Haas is still running right now, but it was kind of hiccuping before too, but it's been running good lately here. So the guy's coming tomorrow. He's going to see it running nice. He's going to make me an offer, and he's gonna leave with it. well.
Yes. We pray to the sweet black baby Jesus with the the curly baby hair that will never be cut in his life. Yeah.
Come and save me, baby Jesus, please, Lord, help me, Lord, help me.
Get that machine out. And your tools? Do your tools come with the new machines, or you got to buy the tools?
Got nothing.
No tooling with the the old
okay.
machine.
So tooling also separate.
And how much downtime do you expect getting reset up on the new machines?
Supposedly the new ones are supposed to be there end of April, beginning of May. Okay. So once they show up, I got to make sure the power is going to hook up to them, and then they'll come in and do the setup where they level them and turn them on and go through them all. Oh. Hopefully not as long as the ones that came during COVID, because that was a clusterfuck. Yeah.
I'm guessing for so for your rental, in your rental agreement for your space, is electricity just like included, or you pay?
What?
So what do those machines probably? Yeah, that's probably
this ain't the projects. This ain't the projects. Come on.
No, I'm being facetious. Yeah, I know that's got to be some nice money on the CNC machines. Power.
Oh, you mean the electric bill?
Yeah.
I don't even know. You'd have to ask Peggy about that. She does all that stuff.
Yeah, it's some money.
So if the machines are running, they're making parts, then you're
making money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not running, they're not making you no money, and
they're costing you money.
And people still want stuff. Like, hey, when are you going to have these? When are you going to have these? When are you going to have these? It's like, oh, fuck, come on. Yeah, so.
Yeah, well, that's the beauty. This is the thing I tell people. The gun guys are still out there. Gun guys are still buying. I like buying older stuff now or more expensive things. I'm in the dream gun category now. So those folks are never going away.
You should have a spotless shop.
What was that? There's a comment?
Chris Bullis says about if you have machines down, you should have a spotless shop.
True.
I don't know.
In principle.
What I call spotless and what somebody else calls spotless is two different spotlesses. So.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I had to clean it once the old machine moved. It'd been sitting there for 15 years almost. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of greasy and oily underneath it. And I got down there on my knees like a rat eating cheese, scraping stuff up.
Smooth off the ground.
I mean, Joe said, Joe says, I'll mop that for you. And I
and ain't coming up with a mop.
No, well, he would have mopped it, and I would have had to do it again anyways. Mm-hmm. So, because it wouldn't have been what I expected, and I'm not going to let him loose on it to spend the time doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just so I can turn around and do it again.
Mm-hmm.
So because you had to get down there and scrape.
Tell him to put some Joe juice on it.
That's
what you do.
That's the wrong kind of juice for the floor.
That machine oil gets gummy and sticky.
Yeah.
There was some paint that had been on the floor that was kind of bubbled up too. So I got down there with a scraper and just kind of scraped some of that old bubbled up paint up. And
time to go fresh. Yep.
Yeah. Better to do it right. Yeah, that's a lot of grime and so. I mean, of course, you've got sand and stuff like that coming in.
And dirt, chips.
Yeah, all the debris that comes out of this machine, CNCing.
Yeah, there's oil and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that place is buzzing in the summertime. Good luck to you when you go there. When I go there in the summertime, I go to like where Peggy is with the AC.
Oh yeah.
Well, I just got a new AC unit put in my area up front.
Oh, okay.
Because it had died after the last hurricane, and it's been nice out. Pretty much.
I was really thinking about getting an AC for the garage for this summer.
Big standing
split unit.
Yeah,
just get like a split unit or something like that. And then we bought a car, so I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I probably am still gonna do it, but yeah.
Get you one of those ones that stands up and set it right by you when you work and just blow on you.
I was thinking of doing that. To be perfectly honest, I was thinking of getting one of those that stands up and drill a hole. Cut a hole in the door because we have an exterior door that goes to where like our trash cans are.
Yeah,
cut a hole in there and plug the wire in through.
Yeah, then you might as well put in a split unit right in that same wall on that side.
I've talked about that with Marley briefly. They're just
those units have come down in price. I've seen some of those out there pretty like.
The one I bought. Okay, there are split units that are pre-charged. You can connect them together and you don't have to have anybody do it. Mm-hmm. The one I bought it on Amazon. It ended up being about $500.
Oh, that's not bad at all. That's what I'm thinking of spending.
The guy that I found a friend somebody that Connor used that works during the day for somebody, then at night he does his own thing. He came out and hooked it up for $500, put it up on the wall and everything.
We might be doing that this summer.
And Patrik can do a lot of that. Patrik can do some of that wiring and stuff. Yeah.
If you're going just through the wall and right down to the thing outside, it's simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy.
That might be what we do this summer.
And it'll do your whole garage, no problem at all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I mean
I thought it would be. I thought they were pushing like 1,500. That's why I wasn't.
No, they've come down. They've come down. Yeah.
If you look on Facebook Marketplace, you can get brand new units for like $350.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot, we're gonna be doing.
You got to do it before the summer hits, though.
Oh, these people They have stacks of these things.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay. Yeah.
I mean, just check it out. Once again, do you have a friend that does AC work?
My neighbor actually is a HVAC tech, so.
Okay.
Basically, he put it together. Like I said, they do have the one models where you just connect them together and they're good, but that costs more money. The cheaper ones, they're gonna have to put a set of gauges on it and vacuum it down and do it right and everything. But yeah. No,
I know the unit that's in this house actually was put in by my neighbor down the street. The guy that Hank, that when we had the issue with the water, that was out here helping me dig the water. That's my neighbor. That's the
yeah. When I ran over, you mean when I crushed?
I wasn't gonna say anything.
When I crushed what did I crush? The sewer line? I don't even know.
Water line coming into the house.
The water line. Yeah, I crushed it.
No, he's an HVAC tech.
Oh, cool.
And he's been doing it for like 20
But yeah, that would be a better solution for you because I know Chromie and Buckshot like to get out. Those two escape artists.
And Chromie does not want me to close the door on the garage. So he wants that door open so he can have, so he can come look at me. So basically I'm using the house AC to air condition the garage all summer, and it gets real expensive real quick.
Yeah, that bill's about to get big, so you might as well put something. Yeah, put something.
Yeah, we might
there.
just
the one I got's 12,000 BTU. That'll work your garage just fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you have to
I'm gonna look this up. This is a great idea.
Yeah, if you have to put a half door in that thing where he can come to the half door.
Oh, you're talking in the other one? I was talking about putting a half
door.
Put
a doggy door in, a big doggy door.
He would love it. He would love it.
You have to put in something he can't climb over, huh?
Walter, you're not wrong. These things are not expensive anymore.
Yeah,
and that has
$3.99 on Amazon.
Yeah, the one I bought has air. It has heat. It has like a dehumidifying mode. It has these different high, low, turbo, all these different settings and everything. So yeah, I mean that's the way to go.
We're not moving anytime soon, and my shop isn't closing anytime soon. So I'm gonna.
No, it's not it's not a bad thing for the house. Shout out to we got like 38 people watching us live right now. Shout out to everyone. Yes, we're here on the Rumbles. If you're
I forgot to check comments.
Yeah, hit the thumbs ups out there. We do have some comments. C-Bullis says, if you have machines down, you should have spotless shop. He says, I used to be fast food manager, so if we had something broken, we were cleaning.
Oh, man, I tell you what. When I worked for the gas company, when you come in and do a conversion from propane to natural gas, and you have to pull the gas ranges away from the some of those places would have grease that had turned petrified, like it looked like a tree sap. It was nasty. Yeah.
What is this? Ebola says, I'm not watching anymore. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, so yeah. Anybody? I picked up a new firearm. Anybody else get any new
hold on,
guns
let me go full. Let me go full screen on you. Give me 1 second. Okay.
Let me look up the serial number. See how old this one is.
Boom.
Get mine out of this.
So what? So where are you getting all these little FNP shooters from?
Well, no, I had this Colt.
Oh, that was a Colt.
This one's a Colt vest pocket
that's right.
that I've had. I've had this one for 6 or 8 months now because I got it because Joe, it came into the shop that he was working at before he started working for Walter.
I believe, Patrik, that I have the exact same pair like you. I have a Colt, and I have an.
Oh, you do?
So we'll have to have a dual.
Where are those, Walt?
Dual wielding, yeah.
That'll be fun.
So
do you guys have 25 ammo, by the way?
I do. I do.
Oh, you do? Okay, cool. Yeah.
So
it's kind of cool. y'all know that I'm a John Browning collector, and these are John Browning guns. But it's kind of neat to see the iteration. The Colt, I believe, came out first, and then they made some adjustments, and FN brought theirs out like 2 years later, and they're ever so slightly different. Just little things here and there.
These are so cute.
They are. They're the cutest little. I mean, they fit in your hand perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these are from a more civilized era when 25 ACP would actually,
Were these pocket guns? Vest? Something I heard you. Was it you and Joe talking about it?
It's called a vest pocket because it was to put in your vest. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're neat. I'm a gunsmith, so people come through the shop every now and then. A friend of a friend of a friend bought this one, and then another guy bought it off him, and then another guy bought it off him, and he was in the shop the other day, and I was like, how much you want for that? And he was like, well, you're already working on that thing for me, so how about $200 plus the labor you're about to do for me? And I was like, you know what? That's a steal. I will go ahead and take you up on that. You don't owe me anything for my labor, and here's $200. I will keep that. And it came with 3 mags and everything. It's a neat little thing.
Oh, that's cool. What different brands made these same things? Just FN and Colt? Oh, that's it?
Colt and FN made the only 2.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I think Colt and FNs were the only ones.
I'm trying to find...
Walter's in the back looking for something.
He's in the Stargate.
Yeah, he's looking for something.
While... made some similar guns too.
Oh, they did? Okay, while he's looking for that, Lola was asking me if we talked about Vegas. So I was in Vegas over the weekend.
Oh, yeah, why?
I went out to do it was van business. So
the van business. We don't talk about van business.
No. We could talk about it. There's a company called Nouveau that makes they make vans. It's really it's owned by some cool French dudes, but they make vans. They build them in Vegas.
That's mighty. That's cool.
Oh, Walter's even got the holsters, of course.
Is that
Okay, let me do a little history there, Hank Strange.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, like German officers in the military, with fancy dress wings would wear a small little holster like that with their 25 in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I bought this from somebody.
I've seen that.
There's the FN.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite as pretty as...
I feel like now I have to get a pair of these because the two of you have a pair.
The Colt.
Yeah, look at that.
And yours is the wood grip.
Yeah, Walter's got wood grips on his. That's somebody did that aftermarket.
Oh, okay.
Probably, yeah.
Uh-huh. Very nice.
We're gonna have to shoot.
Wait, hold on. Let me see. Let me go back. There they go. So they're putting up their...
Walter and I have the same idea. Yeah. Yeah, so they're cool. They got little heft to them because they're all steel. But they're neat little things.
Yeah, no, I like them because they're just this is the ultimate little pocket gun. You just drop it in
they're just neat to me. So I got each one of these. Again, never buy guns when they're too expensive. I got $200 in each one of these. I'm okay with
this. Is a fringe benefit from you being a
gunsmith.
What's the serial number on your Colt?
My Colt serial number is 278,000.
This one is 61,935.
Oh, you are way older than that one. What's your FN?
And the FN, let's see if they're brothers.
Ooh, no, my FN is 1,016,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
253,225.
Yours are both considerably older than mine.
When did these companies stop making these?
Colt was 1948. FN was probably around the same time.
They stopped making them in 1948?
Yeah, Colt made it from 1904 to 1948, I believe.
That's why I think this is a bring back from World War II.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with this little holster, so yeah. Cute little holster.
You need to I'm sure Patrik needs a holster.
So this it's the vest pocket, the FN model 1906 versus the Colt model 1908. So Colt, I guess, made it from 1908 until 1948, and Colt made 420. Years. They made 420,000 of them ish, and then FN made it from 1906 to 1959, and they don't say how many they made.
So they were making them first. FN
made it first. Yep.
Okay, but it's a Browning design.
John Browning. So this is an interesting thing that Browning used to do. He would design something, take it and shop it to the European market. FN would normally buy it, and then he'd come back, and his contracts were always set where he had the right to sell it to the American market separate from the European market. Mm-hmm. FN would normally do it on the European side, and then somebody, Winchester, Colt, somebody would pick it up and sell it on the American side.
But he never made any under the Browning label.
No, Browning wasn't a thing until after he died, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I think he had his own company early-ish. It's not the Browning that we know today. Mm-hmm. It is the Browning that we know today, but it's not quite the same. It's not like he started his own business and was doing
Hey, Patrik.
Yo.
1903, is this... Oh, wait, hang on. Is this be called a 1908 hammerless?
No, it should be a vest pocket. It's a 1908 vest pocket.
Pocket hammerless? No, that's 380. That's
a 380 pocket hammerless. That's like a 1903.
Okay, because I typed in that serial number on Colt's, like a lookup thing, and it'll show all the guns that had that serial number. And
let's see, mine.
Under the 1908 hammerless 25 automatic.
That's it.
It says 1912.
1912, mine is 1920.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then, I wonder if FN has a serial number lookup.
So this is when there wasn't a lot of cops on the streets. And somebody bumped into you. You know.
I think this is more of like a card player gambling in the casino type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
They used to sell little pocket guns also advertised for shooting dogs also.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like strays?
Well, their dogs are chasing you. Pow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pop one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of dogs chasing, not actually. I'm going to go back to the Vegas thing just real quick. So I was in Vegas doing a factory tour. So check it out. This is the factory of these guys. Like I said, it's actually some French guys in Las Vegas that have a company. It was cool. I had a good time doing that. They had like an open house thing. And while we were out there, the guys from Sunshine State RV, because I shared this with you guys, actually Nick from there, we went out to dinner with him, and I don't know if you
Nick
guys
didn't
are ready
do that, did he?
Huh?
He didn't.
So we went to this restaurant in, I think it's in I forgot he was staying in the Fontainebleau Hotel in Vegas, and in there's a really nice steak restaurant called Poppy Steakhouse. And it's like an expensive steak place. What we did is we all got like one big steak and everyone shared it, and we shared appetite.
The Who Moved My Freedom podcast is made possible by our partners at 2A Commerce. Veteran owned and with over 20 years experience, 2A Commerce is the leader in custom e-commerce and web application development in the shooting sports industry. Clients include major brands such as Guard Dog Body Armor, Sylvan Arms, AccuFire Technologies, The Tactical Games, Warrior Knife Company, and yours truly, Hank Strange. Visit 2A Commerce and support this show by supporting them. Once again, visit the number 2acommerce.com.
Got cut off. Hung by my own petard. So anyway, very nice. It's like a club. You have to make an appointment. You have to be there on time. When you go in, it's like a big club. There's a bar. There's ladies dancing on the bar and all that kind of stuff. There's loud music, just like in a club. I think I could hear half of what people were saying to me, including the waiter. We basically ordered like a big steak and different sides and stuff, and then we all shared it. But they had these $1,000 steaks on the menu, several of them. And every time someone ordered one, and I'm not going to play the audio of this because I know I'll get in trouble, but every time someone ordered one of those, this is what they did.
I don't even want to see I think I want to see the girl over there.
Oh, this looks so... Is it just me, or does this look super trashy? This does not look classy at all. This looks so...
It's Vegas, Patrik.
That's what it is. I'm wrong. It's Vegas.
Yeah. So then they open up. This is like the steak is in the box, and they're stamping the steak right now. Yeah. So this is what they do every single time. Let's see. This is another one. See, like they're bringing this. This is steak and lobster. This particular thing that these guys ordered, and it comes out.
The decadence here. Jesus Christ.
Oh, there was money being spent in this restaurant because while we were there, this happened about 12 times. While we were in there.
Walter, it is 100% look at me, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, without a doubt, yeah.
With a gold... Oh, this is so dumb. How many times do you think that thing gets cleaned?
I have no idea. But yeah, it happened. So this music and all that was played like I said, it happened like 12 times. Here, let me show you another picture. Here's me and Lola. And let me see if I could just do it this way. It'd be better. There you go. There's me and Lola. Hanging out with Lola. Everywhere, I always have to take a selfie with Lola because I won't do it on my own. Lola makes me, take a selfie. So, but you know what? Had a good time. It was fun.
Yeah, I mean,
it was fun.
We talk about Vegas, and I have a lot of good memories going to Vegas. Mm-hmm. Doing the SHOT Show and hanging out with Peggy and Will and everybody else, you guys. Yeah.
We haven't gotten Patrik there yet, but yeah, almost everyone else has been out there with us.
I mean, there's always going out to eat and just hanging out and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's the whole. It's so. Patrik, 2 blocks off of Vegas or a block and a half off the main drag, and there's shitty little hotels and shitty little apartments and shitty little people, and it's just it's so fake, it's pathetic.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. Because the extravagance is so bizarre to me.
Kurt24 says like Chuck E. Cheese for people with money. I can't even say it without laughing. Yeah, it's true. Very true, sir. Very true.
Yeah. Like I said, a lot of good. There's some, like I said, there's some really good places to eat and stuff and all that.
There are. But it's nice entertainment. I hate the desert. The desert is brutal on you. When you first get there and you wake up the next morning, you are dehydrated.
Oh, you were there in the summer. See, I've only been there one time in the summer. So
it doesn't matter. I'm always dehydrated when I'm there.
Time.
Yeah, like but you still get dehydrated though. You still get dehydrated. Yeah.
The air's so dry. Yeah, your skin gets dry.
Yeah, I have a tan. I've got a. If I take my watch, yeah, I got. If I take my watch off, you'll see the tan line. Look, can you see it?
Okay. I'm just.
Yeah. Black people still get tans.
Yes, they do. They get cancer too, like everybody else.
Yeah. We could just absorb the. We can absorb the sun a little bit, but I'm
like
telling
a lobster when you get tanned. Yeah.
Oh, but you feel it. My ears were itching.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I did it. I didn't even bring a hat out there, and I was like, "This is real stupid."
What are you doing, Patrik? What are you sending me to?
Oh yeah. So what is it? Patrik is trying to get us. This wasn't to show everyone.
You can show everyone. They're not available yet. I just thought y'all would be interested in seeing because Hank loves old Bushmasters.
Oh wait, these are Bushmasters? Whoa.
Yeah, those are old A2 Bushmasters, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be that old.
Do they have the snake logo on them? Some of them look.
They have the snake with the Bushmaster arm pistol inside of it.
I have one of these, but I don't know where this. Yeah. How much you think?
Out there. AIM Surplus put it out saying that they're going to have them in a couple days. I think they're going to be $5.99 or $6.99, which is not cheap.
That's not bad.
It's the old Bushmasters, right?
Yeah, it's good stuff.
They're cool guns to get, and if not just for the lowers.
I thought they're kind of cool. I just bought a car and I need to buy a split unit AC, so I'm trying to cut down on my gun purchases.
It looks like they're selling the flashlights with them.
I need another AR-15.
Right.
Walter and I are on the link tonight.
Oh boy! Oh damn it! Oh, you know what? I got a gun that's bigger than you guys' guns. Hold on. I got a gun that's bigger than all you guys. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Check that out. There you go. Look, you guys can't hang with that.
This is the one I rebuilt. Oh, hold on. There it is.
Hold on. Let me see. Should I go full screen with you? Hold on one second.
You don't have to. If it'll zoom, if it'll actually...
Oh, hold on. I'll go full screen. That's probably better. Give me one sec here. Boom.
Here we go. It's an old Colt A2 government carbine that I put back together as it should. Little tiny lightweight A2 thing. It's pretty neat, actually.
This is, if I remember correctly, this DPMS lower here.
Hold on, let me go full screen on Walt.
One time at the SHOT Show, Century Arms is running a deal where if you bought any of their guns, any surplus pistol or rifle, whatever, they'd sell you an AR for $179.
Oh, hell yeah.
Holy shamoles.
They must have had a pile of these DPMS.
Yeah.
179.
Is this the old school DPMS guys? Like when we used to talk to the guys with the beards and all that?
Yeah, I think so.
Probably.
Yeah, this is probably, yeah. So I bought a couple surplus APs, CZ50s or CZ70s or whatever the hell they were, and I got an AR. And it was more like what Patrik had, that style with the shorter handguard and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I had the receiver sitting around, and I bought this barrel recently, and of course I had all the parts, so I threw together another, which I prefer a 20-inch myself, actually, out of the AR.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so what am I going to do with this? I have no idea. But
I know the feeling. I got guns out there that have... I have gotten to the point, Walter, that I have guns in the safe that have never been fired. I've never even shot them. This Colt, how long have I had this Colt? I've never shot this Colt.
Yeah.
The two little ones I had out, I've never shot them either.
Yep, never shot.
But I didn't have any ammo then either. Now I got plenty of 25s.
You got okay. That's what I was gonna say. The ammo is the thing. The ammo.
I got a box
of
25 we can try out too.
When Walmart was getting rid of their pistol ammo, I told a couple friends, go to Walmart and buy any 32 and 25 ammo you could get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, now Walmart is selling their ammo real expensive. I was telling you guys about my bucket of 22s, right?
That's way too expensive.
That a bucket of bullets, $104 with tax.
Way too expensive.
That's too much.
Do you guys remember the life card, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So we have my friend, the other Guyanese guy in the gun world.
Yeah.
I still follow them on socials, I think.
Yeah.
Peggy's watching us now, and she brought up Ellis Island Casino. Remember that, Hank?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I was telling Nick from Sunshine State RV about how we went to Ellis Island. I was like, yeah.
Okay.
You know.
All right, Peg.
Go ahead. You tell the story.
We're checking into the hotel, the place we were staying at, that Hank had arranged, and we asked the girl there, where's to get something to eat? You know, get a sandwich, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Ellis Island down the street over there, boom. So we walked down there.
Yeah, so Peggy and Walter have been in Peggy and Walter have been in Europe, and they decided they are now walking places. So they're like, oh, this is not far. So we're walking out in the desert, okay, for SHOT Show, where it's cold, just walking around the streets. Go ahead,
So
Walt.
we walked down the street past the new F1 tractor building there. They built in Vegas. And we get to this Ellis Island place, which is like under renovation. So we go inside, and it is still...
It is, as Walter says, ghetto. With the extra toe.
And an extra toe. And they were doing karaoke down the hallway in some bar, and you could hear somebody squealing down there at the end.
Patrik, this place was so hood. And Walter, Peggy, and Lola go into this diner. They sit down. I was like, guys, are we actually doing this? Are you?
and then I go to him. I said, Hank, I guess there's nothing here for you, is there?
No, they're gonna eat. They're getting menus and everything, and I was like, I don't know about you guys, and I'm not
eating here
because they always think that I'm like bougie or something, and I was like, I'm not eating here. I'm not eating in this place.
So we went and got a cab ride and went down to the Grand Lux in the Venetian. Mm-hmm. And that place always has good food.
It's always great, yeah. Lola and I went there while we were there, Walt, and we had the same waitress, actually.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, we had the same waitress. She was talking about SHOT Show. She said the crowds for SHOT Show have gone down. She said last year it was less people. That was her opinion, of like the folks coming. I thought it was
pretty busy at SHOT Show, actually, on Tuesday and stuff.
Well, see, I didn't go. I went Monday. Wait, we went Monday into the desert, and we went Tuesday to the show. But yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I didn't go.
And you were sick, right?
Yeah, I was sick. Yeah, I was sick. I think I was sick because I went to that ghetto. I was walking around the freaking streets, and then I went to that ghetto ass diner.
I think you brought the damn RV show.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That might have been like about 30-40% of what. No, you know what it really was that messed me up. We went to media day in the desert, like shooting out in the desert. That sand is so fine.
Oh yeah, it is.
That sand is so fine. It gets all the way in your lungs.
Blowing right in your face too.
Yeah.
Coming off the range,
when we ran into Rich, Rich was like, "I'm out of here." He said, "John already left."
Yeah. Peggy's saying the lady at the hotel said it wasn't that far.
Yeah, it was far.
Hank's like, it was pretty far. Yeah.
Yeah, it was far.
It sucked at that. It wasn't even good. It was shitty at that.
I was so mad. That's the chick. I don't know if I remember telling you that she was Nigerian, and then these guys are like rolling their eyes. Y'all. Yeah, these guys are rolling their eyes because I knew she was Nigerian, and I'm like, oh, it's just down the street.
They're super nice to you when you're at that counter. They want to sell you something. It's like a timeshare.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey. It's like, just give me my room key and give me the fucking.
The hotel was decent. There was a decent hotel for Vegas.
It wasn't wrong with that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What was I going to say?
I'll tell you. Let me tell you this, Walt. So the hotel that Lola and I stayed in this time, it was in. Was it Mandalay Bay, Lola? I think it was Mandalay Bay, right? Walt. It had a refrigerator in the room.
Don't touch it.
You cannot use this refrigerator. You cannot put your own drinks in the refrigerator even.
Yes, you now get charged.
Unless you pay them $50 a day.
Yes, this is a new... I don't know... This is a new...
And it's on already.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a new thing that they started... I don't know how I saw this. Somebody posted a video about it like 6 months ago. This is like their new thing is if you even like sniff in the wrong direction for that fridge, you get charged.
You get billed. Billed.
Yeah.
$50 a day. We couldn't even put our drinks in the refrigerator, much less use the refrigerator. Oh, Lola's sending me the proof of this, which I'll show you guys right now.
I don't know the truth to this one, but I have in the same video I have heard that the things.
Look at this.
Yeah,
look at that.
Active sensors. Okay, so it is true.
Yes,
it is true.
Yes, if you open it, you get charged.
Yeah. Yes, if you just open it.
Yeah, Lola was trying to open it, and I'm like, no, don't open it.
Yep.
Yeah,
you can't even put your drinks in this.
It's a $50 per stay service fee will be applied for storing personal items or altering existing items.
This is their new, like, nickel and diming. All of the casinos do it.
Yeah. Oh, this says per stay, so it's probably not per night, but they had all kinds of fees.
The other one I've heard is when you walked into the room, they have the the thing with all the snacks and the chips and whatnot.
Yeah,
I've heard that's also weighted now.
Oh, if you lift them up?
If you go and lift stuff up, it toggles the sensor.
So our room had like a little coffee maker thing there, which I guess you could use. I don't know. We saw that sign. I didn't. I don't know. I bought drinks and stuff, but I just had my drinks room temperature. But Nick, who was staying in a really, we're talking about Nick here. So I don't think Patrik knows Nick, but Walter does. So, only the best for Nick. So he is staying at the Fontainebleau. That's why he took me to that restaurant. So he likes to drink his coffee. He wakes up in the morning. There's no coffee machine. So he calls the people. He's like, why is there no coffee machine here? They tell him that the coffee machine is $199.
What? To get a coffee maker in your room?
Yes.
This is just a straight standard drippolator.
Yeah, $199. He's like, do I take... This is what he told me. He was like, do I take that with me when I leave? And they said, oh, no.
$199?
No. For $199, you could just go to a store and buy an espresso machine or something.
That's a Walmart, and I guarantee it's a Walmart $20 coffee maker. It's nothing special.
So he said to them, well, what if, because, he needed his coffee, right? So he's like, well, what if, can I just get room service, a cup of coffee? And they said, yeah, by the time you get all the charges and everything, it'll be $41 for a cup of coffee.
For a single cup of coffee?
Yes. Yeah.
Can you just walk down to the lobby?
That's what he said. He was like, I would just walk downstairs and go to a store and get my... But it's Vegas, so walking downstairs is not that easy.
people continue to do this dumb shit. Like, they continue to go to these places. This sounds like a hellhole to me. Why do people go there?
The hotel, Lola and I had to stay in one hotel when we got there Thursday, and we were starving. Because, you travel all night from Florida to get there. So we got a burger, and whenever I travel...
How much was that?
The burger was like $25 each burger.
Fuck?
Yeah. So we got
go there, Patrik.
Yeah.
No,
no, listen, I'm not even so we got Lola and I got a burger, and I always drink orange juice in situations like this or ginger beer. So they didn't have
Both
ginger beer.
Choices.
Yeah, so I got orange juice. On the menu, a small cup of orange juice like this big, little small cup, little glass of orange juice, $10.
Yeah,
the bigger one, $18.
No free refills either, I guarantee.
No, hell no. What are you talking about? Free refill. Yeah, I got the $10 orange juice, and I just sipped it. and I had water. It's insane. We were staying in the hotel. We had to pay to park to park the car every day. It's like, man, the bills add up when you're there. Oh, Chromie V's back.
Look, who's that?
I'm guessing he just came out the shower. Here, let's see. I'll go full screen. Oh, he hasn't taken his bath?
He's about to.
Okay. Boom!
Who's that? Are you going to do anything, or are you just going to stare?
Yeah, he's got nothing to say right now. He had a bunch of stuff to say before. He doesn't know anyone's talking to him.
You want to say something?
Like, okay. No.
No?
Basically, no. Basically,
tell him bye-bye?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. There you go. We got a bye out of it.
All right.
Bye-bye.
There's no ice cream there. Give it to Mommy. She'll throw it away for you.
Yeah,
I ate all of it.
He's talking, man. When he starts talking, he's going to tell all your secrets.
I used to say, I can't wait for him to talk all day long. Da-da. And I want to throw him. I want to shake him so bad sometimes. Marley gets the same thing. Marley will be in the car. Mama. And I'm like, stop! We're trying to have a conversation.
Yeah. Let's get back to some gun stuff. I don't know if this has hit the news yet, Patrik. I don't know. So, okay, we got a minute here. We got to go through it quick.
Breaking news from the ATF and John Crump.
Yeah, the ATF. John Crump was the first one to tell us this, and then gun owners, Cash Patel. Yeah, Gun Owners of America. Cash Patel has officially repealed ATF's tyrannical zero-tolerance policy. This policy was used to unlawfully shut down hundreds of gun stores and build an illegal digital registry of out-of-business records, because when you go out of business, they have to, here's my thing I put on that thing.
I saw said, that.
Yeah, what about the stores that have already been shut down?
They fucked up a lot of people.
Yes, people we know, which sucks, big time. And a lot of this, like we have a friend of Walter's that we know. I mean, it made him lose some of his faith in America. Folks, let me tell you about U.S. Law Shield. If you're serious about your Second Amendment rights, then you need to get serious about protecting yourself legally. Use promo code HANK for 2 free months on an annual membership, plus a locked-in rate of just $10.95 per month. Remember, the fight for freedom doesn't end at the range. Arm yourself with U.S. Law Shield. And remember to use promo code HANK.
Throws me off every time.
So
Brandon Herrera commented on your Twitter post.
What did he say?
Hopefully they'll have a way to fast track getting those people their FFLs back.
But so for example, Walter was saying our friend. How much money did he lose, Walt?
Over $100,000 fighting the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. That I mean.
And he's aware of this whole thing going on, and it's like, and he wanted so badly to be out of it, but he goes, I don't even know if I'd want to be, if
he would want to go back at this point, right? Like, does he get his money back?
No, he ain't gonna get no money back. What are these people? What are these people going to do? They had to close their store and sell all their stuff. And
think about how. So was that money that number that you just quoted? The money, was that including the guns that had to get cut up?
No, that was just the lawsuit stuff.
Yeah, because remember, like you basically, I don't know if you shed tears, but you were pissed when you had to.
Well, we had to cut up 2 of his perfectly good post samples that he could have sold, but they forced him to cut them up. Which
wouldn't let him. Yeah.
So I have both of those now, by the way. Yeah, that nice Crink and then that Tantal kit I've still got. I got to put together.
That Crink turned out real good.
Speaking of that,
somebody made
it. Speaking of Tantal kit.
Did Patrick put that together?
Nobody's put it back together yet. So yeah,
I put the Crink put together.
The Tantal's a sweet gun too, but yeah, I mean, you can't go back and fix that. What they fucked up, what they did to people. You cannot.
Like, remember, people had to close their stores, lose their guns that were on the books, but they wouldn't let them do anything with.
They probably
spend lawyer money.
Yeah. Normally, when a shop closes, it gets signed out to the person that.
Yeah, but this wasn't you knowing and planning that you're going to go retire or go out of business or whatever.
Yeah.
This is the government just coming in a whirlwind and just attacking you and turning your whole life upside down. And even for our friend, it wasn't as bad as stories that we heard about and we read that we talked about here.
Yeah.
So that sucks donkey balls.
Yeah, what happened to him could have been solved very easily. But there's, like in a lot of these cases, these shops they closed down. They had, I won't say they were doing bad stuff. Probably maybe some of them were, but some of them had, the record of selling guns to people that were in different, crimes and stuff.
That did bad things, yeah.
Yeah, there were shops that frequented by people of ill repute. So
yes. Listen, I know there's some bad actors so far as gun stores, but for the most part, what are you supposed to do now? Become super prejudiced against who's walking into your store?
Well,
you can only follow the process, right? Like if you did the process, sure, fine. If you did not follow that process and you did something wrong, I get it, but
Yeah, they had it out for some of these people, but then again, if you get the wrong agent and the wrong people, they're looking to make a name for themselves in their world, and their world is busting on people. So
exactly right.
I was a little when they were talking the zero tolerance stuff. I was like, oh fuck this! It got me so freaked out. It's like because if they find they could really, really, really make your day bad. And if they want to, luckily the people that came in this last inspection were older school people that weren't. They knew this shit was bullshit. So and they had other things they wanted to do besides bust on me. So it didn't go badly. And our 4473s were perfect and everything, but there's always some little.
But since you had your run-in with the ATF, you've been getting inspected every single year.
Oh yeah.
I'm hoping that goes away here soon for you.
When they left last year, they goes, "Oh, we probably won't see you next year." And I said, "I'll see you next year." I mean,
they already know it's on the plan.
I'm hoping that stops because that is hard to prove, but it seems hard.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see it stop. Yeah,
I mean, paperwork stuff like not. Missing something, all these little things you can miss on a 4473, and then they can bust you for it. It's like there's no reason for that. All I have to do is just say, fix this, fix that, and I've seen it. The guy said, don't worry about it, just fix that, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
and then it's all done, and you go on about their way. But I don't know.
Yeah, so I know that GOA has put this out. I don't know if the ATF is officially following all of this. I think it is. Man, I would take it as a win for sure. I don't want to sit here and tell you guys it's not a win. I think it was a win based on
it's positive.
Yes. It's a win based on who's in the White House and what they're doing. Yes, it is a move in the right direction. I hope we see more. I know that the actions that the White House is supposed to take has kind of been like slowed down. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I'll take this, but I don't know how you recover those people who have already been screwed over.
When I talked to Crump today a little bit about it, how do we make sure this doesn't happen again in the future when another administration comes in and goes, oh, let's wind the clock back?
Yeah.
That's what needs to happen. There needs, and it's like the thing of digitizing the records too, and doing all the shit that's illegal, yet they're still doing it.
Yeah.
To me, all those records need to be destroyed.
Yeah, they need to be destroyed under this administration.
Yes.
But as Patrik is saying, they could start over. Yes.
And then you need to set up some legal way that this doesn't happen again. But how are you going to prevent that when you got people that don't follow the law anyways, like the ones that were the ones that were just there?
I don't know.
Give two shits about the law. So.
Yeah, I mean, how do you fight the government? That's the problem. And is there some mechanism of where, or rule, or whatever you want to call it? I mean, does it take Congress to put something in that says if people's rights were violated? Yeah.
Well, or you have to, by law, turn down, make smaller that whole organization where it doesn't have any real power. That's the
I don't know. Yeah. It's definitely lawfare. It was lawfare waged against gun owners, and I know that there's people out there doing bad things. FFLs or whatever. I think it's very small numbers. Get those guys, punish those guys. Yeah.
Very few.
But for folks, honestly, trying to go about a business and something that they care about, they've been heavily invested into, and all of that, I don't think they recover anything. They won't. At this point, I don't see where that's going to happen. So,
nope.
Sucks.
Nothing.
But I hope that out of this, like Kash Patel and him being in the FBI and the ATF, I hope we get back some over the next 4 years, and we really have to pay attention to this and hope that when Trump's term is up, we get good guys to go in there behind him that continue that.
Yeah, you have to cleanse that agency of the people who participated in all this, and supervised all that, and said, yes, that's okay, you can do that. Good job, Johnny. Yeah, you reached your quota. Yeah, those people need to be exited out the door, let out the door. So
I think one of the things is a lot of the good guys who were in there left during that time too. We did have like ATF agents and folks that worked there that were against a lot of stuff of what's going on. A lot of those guys got out of there. How do you get good people like that back in there now?
Well, you have to put limits on the number of people that can actually work at the place too.
That's true.
This might be when I talked with Crump about it today, I guess the IOI has a lot of issues too. Not IOI, Tech Branch. Tech Branch has a lot of trouble.
Yeah, look at me. Hello. Hello. Anybody tell you that my upper looks just like
as crazy as this is? I'd love to go work for the Tech Branch because I could fix all of that.
Well, they need to be super small for sure. Let's start there, or not exist. But at the end, they need to be super small.
The answers are simple. Is it a machine gun? No, it's not a machine gun. Is it a number? No.
The Tech Branch used to follow what the rules were.
Correct.
Is this a machine gun? By this, and this.
But when Congress
rifle by this.
I agree with you. But when Congress refused to act, and I'm talking about I'm not just the Democrats. When the Republicans refused to act, then the Democrats were in power and said this is a mechanism that we could use without passing laws to feel like we're doing something. And that thing they did punished the hardworking, law-abiding people who care about guns. It did not punish the bad guys or the criminals. Those guys thrived under that. So, at the end of the day, I blame Congress for that, right? Republicans didn't stand up and get laws in there that would take care of us and protect us or take actions. Yeah.
That takes actual work. They're not interested in that.
If you look at it right now, when we're talking about tariffs, a lot of these Republicans are already punking out.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're scared of their shadow. Republicans are born scared of their shadow.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, it's coming after me. It's like, stand up, man. Grow a set.
This is the time to have this. Take it on the chin now. Get through the pain points, and the country will be better for it. But everybody's afraid to have a little pain to fix the long term.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to just, we'll just spend our grandkids' money, our great grandkids' money.
I think, if you remember, we talked about this during COVID, right? Like, times like this is when you take to fix the system for the current times we live in. When it comes to schools, taxes, lots of things, right? What's happening with guns? Lots of things in America need to be fixed right now. In these times, we fix this shit and we move on, right? For folks in our age category, Social Security and all that,
It's easy. We've been doing the easy thing for a long time now, and it's not working anymore. It never has worked. It's just
let's take some pain. I'd rather take some pain so our kids are okay, even if I don't benefit. Yeah.
There's really no pain to take. All you have to do is just stop this out of control handing out of money.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's true. It's true.
The people are going to have the pain are the people that were receiving the money. That's the people having the pain.
Or it's a presumption. It's like, I can't buy something. You'll be fine. You'll be able to buy shit later.
I don't need
There's
it.
There's not going to be any shortage of stuff to buy. Trust me.
No.
But that's the button that they're pushing on people. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do that. I won't be able to do this.
You probably don't need it. I hate to say that. You're welcome to spend your money how you want.
You don't need a new cell phone every year.
I'm not here to tell you not to spend it, but I'm also here to tell you you don't need it. Or you don't need to spend it.
Mm-hmm. But also, it'll work out. This is not going to last a long time.
No,
it's just like when we get to these shutdowns, and they're like, in order to get through this shutdown, we have to pass a whole bunch of bullshit. No, you don't.
The whole thing with the budget is another huge fucking scam. Where those ominous spending bills where they just pile stuff in there. Oh, we don't have time to read it. You got to pile it in. Mm-hmm. I believe every bill should be voted on.
Mm-hmm. That's how it's supposed to work.
Every item should be voted on. Watch how fast these people lose their mind and bail out and quit.
For the last at least maybe 25 years or something like that, we've just been
it's omnibus after omnibus.
Yeah, we've just been bullshitting. We've just been using technicalities instead of laws or taking actual action.
In that big pile of cash is all that goody money for these politicians and their friends. Mm-hmm. But you can't take time to look at it. Oh my God!
This is why they don't. This is why they don't care about America, and most of them don't plan on living here. By the way, just so people know this.
Has that famous quote from the Obama era. Well, we got to pass it so we know what's in it. You remember that?
We don't have time. We don't have time to read it. That kind of thing.
Yeah, we just got to pass it, and then we'll know what's in it.
Oh man.
Most of these people don't plan on living here or planning on living in very sheltered places in America, and they feel this won't affect them.
I'm on board with, take on the pain now, fix things for the future, and then we'll be better off.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Have $30 trillion in debt, maybe things will be a little different, but that's not how the world is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. You want some money for your bald eagle mating call research thing? Then vote on that.
Yeah, cut it over somewhere else.
Yeah.
Well, here, you guys got to vote on that. Let's see here.
Yes, yeah. I've never, Walter, I'm completely on board with you. I've never understood that. Like, it's because it's the easiest way for them to get their slush fund money.
It's because we keep letting it happen. That's why. We keep going for that.
How do you think we lost machine guns?
Correct. The Hughes Amendment was an absolute joke.
Thrown in with a bunch of other shit, and it was supposed to be taken out or undone, and it never was.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It was thrown in on an omnibus bill, and they just brought it in at the last moment. And everybody was tired. It was like 11 o'clock at night.
But all of this is part of a plan. All of this is part of a plan. You cannot have... If you want to subjugate the people, you have to declaw them. You have to declaw them, pacify them.
Circuses.
You have to just give them bread and circus, and just have them plugged into the matrix, so to speak. And they're not paying attention. They don't think they ever need to defend themselves or fight back or anything like that. So,
give me some midget wrestling and some lotto tickets and my smokes, and we'll be good to go.
Right. There you go. Exactly.
Don't put the midget wrestling. That's better than that. Come on.
Speaking of the midget wrestling, actually, this has nothing to do with the midget wrestling. I did want to talk to you guys before our time ran out.
Oh no, I knew we were going to get this dog.
Christ.
Yeah,
That's an AI. That's an AI.
So Kawasaki unveils a hydrogen-powered ride-on robot horse. This is the video connected to this is 3D video for sure. It's AI generated video, but Kawasaki actually put this up at a show. Now, if you look at the video from that show, they don't show anyone riding it. They don't show this.
It's not moving. It's not real.
Yeah, it's not moving.
Not real.
It's just it's moving a little bit here, but it's doing anything you can put actuators. This video is CG. This is CGI.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
All right. Where's the hydrogen tank, my friend?
Yeah, this is hydrogen powered. This is a bad part of it, in my opinion. Yeah. So this is supposed to be hydrogen powered. Not a good idea, We've seen this for a long time. I've had this debate with people who think that hydrogen is going to be a thing. Hydrogen has failed all over the world. I don't know how you're going to use hydrogen in these scenarios.
When you run out of hydrogen on top of that mountaintop, where are you getting some?
I don't know. But yeah, so now listen, the concept of this though is cool, in my opinion. So it's like a motorcycle, you're holding onto it like a motorcycle, but it's actuating itself like a horse or something like that would, right? Running through.
I thought we solved this problem after World War I when we realized fucking horses suck. You have to feed them and take. Fuck that. Vehicles are better. Motorcycles are better.
Right. It's kind of like what are we doing? But it is interesting. You know why I'm thinking it's interesting? You know why I think it's interesting? Voltron.
It looked okay. I look like something from what's the Cats?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Voltron.
Thundercats. Look something from Thundercats.
Use one word for your horsey machine.
Mm-hmm.
Drone.
Yeah,
and you're dead. Boom. Hydrogen bomb goes up.
Yeah. Listen, it's a cool concept. It's a cool concept. It's not actually real yet because not even Kawasaki. Like, I would have been more impressed by them if they actually put a person on it and had that person right in there, and they'd be like, "Oh, cool."
They spilled the beans too quickly because they don't have anything that actually works yet.
Now, I don't know if you know this. When Tesla first put out the Tesla bot, Optimus,
those were semi-fake as well.
Yeah, they had a skinny-ass person when they announced they were going to do it. They had a skinny-ass person in a suit, and that person was dancing and doing stuff. But today, those things are real, and what they bring out now are real, and they're real. They can walk around, and they can pick up things. They're already working in the Tesla factory.
They're not to the same level as what they were showing them.
We're not gonna climb up a snow-covered peak mountain.
Fucking dirt bikes, Walter. Dirt bikes work perfectly well
for the most part.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why don't
we
you
used to
have
have
legs?
We just got that electric dirt bike. Now I got to get a hydrogen-powered dog.
No, you need a hydrogen-powered horse thingy.
Yeah.
If it were fart-powered, if it were fart-powered, it'd be fantastic.
It's cool
and day and night. Have that horse going 24/7.
My dream has always been to have a real life mech. You know, remember like Robotech and all.
No, you want a.
You speak of cars being turned on you. Just think about that. Someone doesn't like you, they hack into your system, and next that mech's got your neck, tears it right off. Boom.
Yeah. Well, you can go into it.
Or grabs you by the balls and drags you out through the front yard by the nuts.
Yeah, well,
there we go.
Yeah, you know. Listen, I would like to see technology is going to move forward, you know. Technology is going to move forward one way or the other. There was some cool, let me see if I could find it. I think I sent this to Lola, and I know we got 15, we don't have that much time here, but there's some cool, I like micro technology. Nanobots and stuff like that. I sent Lola this cool nanobot thing. I don't know what happened to it. I can't find it now. But I saw somewhere they had these little tiny nanobots that could figure out how to move stuff.
It's a little redundant, isn't it?
But here's the reason why they like it. So let's say you have like a heart clog or something like that. They could put the little nanobots in you, and then they could go move the stuff out of there. You know, I don't don't know. I like the ideas. I like the dreaming. I like all of that.
I do too. Yeah, no, I like the idea. I would love to have little nanobots.
Yeah, it's cool for
scraping the plaque out of my heart after I've eaten too many
cheeseburgers.
Right. two words you're familiar with: nanobots and ass missiles.
Yes, ass missiles. Ass missiles exist, man. Look at what the Israelis were doing with those. Remember those beepers?
Now that would be impressive if they were able to take all of those Palestinians and put missiles literally up their asses while they were asleep at night. I would be highly impressed with the Israelis on that one. That would be a big one.
If they have some nanobots that crawl into you and then turn you into a bomb.
Turn into a bomb. Yep. Without you knowing.
The fusion of nanobots and ass missiles.
I'm telling you, the future is going to be crazy. That's the thing about it.
You imagine Baba Yaga flies over and drops like 100,000 nanobots out.
Yeah, Chris Buller says Hank wants a Gundam.
Gundam, that's what it is. Thank you. Somebody, I couldn't remember what they were called. Gundams.
Right. Yeah.
Have you ever seen the sci-fi theory of a gray storm event or something like that?
No. What is
Where
that?
nanobots turn you into gray goo, and then they turn more people into gray goo, and it just spreads. Like it's a world-ending nanobot idea. I'll look it up for you.
So nanobots actually first came out of the Dune stories. The first time it was that I've seen it, the oldest stuff I've seen is in Dune. And in Dune, they made these little tiny nanobots that were like razors, and they went out like how we have drones. They would swarm like drones and shred people down to the bone. And that's in some of the.
I could see that being a thing.
Yeah, that will be a thing. That will be. You will see. This technology is coming for us. We're going to make those, and then those will be running around out there. Wreaking havoc and all that. And this, just to wrap it all up in a nice little bow, this is why every household should have a nice SHDF 50.
and some APIT ammo for that hydrogen-powered horse.
Exactly.
It explode real nice.
Yeah, wherever that tank is, you're going to get that tank. I'm interested to see how long it takes for Kawasaki to actually show us a live demo of this with someone riding on it. We'll see. But yes, there is these things called horses that already exist. Horses and camels.
You know the great thing about horses is like they eat grass and shit. So you don't even need to hardly feed them.
They're cheap too compared to compared to these robots. Okay, all right. Listen, we went through the hour, 2 hours already. It was good hanging out with everyone. Big shout out to everyone who's been here hanging out with us. I hope you guys, before you get out of here, hit those thumbs ups. The more we get, the better. So we really appreciate that. So please hit the thumbs ups. I think right now at this moment we have 27 people listening to us, watching, hanging out here. We got like 10 thumbs up. Let's get some more in here just so we get kicked up a little bit on this Rumble thing. But yeah, I think folks enjoy Rumble, so we're probably here to stay. I just need to make sure that I press all the buttons to shut it off, because last week I didn't, apparently, and this thing ran for 6 hours.
14 hours later, Joe's looking.
Yeah, Joe's like, Hank, you got that thing still on.
Alive.
Apparently you have to press N twice, Patrik.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Well, at least now I know I can have like my woods cam when I get the fiber up at the property. And
just leave it running. Run it. Yeah. So what I'm going to do here before we get out of here, I'm going to get these guys to tell you how you can follow them and support them. We'll start with Babyface P. Patrik.
Rome, Vandium, Arms. If you're looking to get some gunsmithing done, hit me up. I'm always looking to take on more work.
Absolutely. We're still going to put this up on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. But yes, if you guys need some gunsmithing work done, Patrik is young.
In my way.
And he's out there doing it, man. It was just amazing. Like, you don't have to go deal with an old crotchety gunsmith. You could get a young crotchety gunsmith.
That's right, a young crotchety.
I've been doing this for 40 years. I know everything.
He's going to 100% be like that.
Yep.
And then, well, of course, we got there is a young one over there, Chromie.
Yeah. And then he'll get older and goes, "You dumb bastard, shut up."
Yeah. Walter, how can the people see your content, support you, etc.?
Safety of Our Firearms is on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, some Player, some Rumble. And then there's Dirtfoot Racing, the mini bike stuff, which is on the same avenues of viewage. And then there's Stem Parts, which is stemparts.com. For all, oh, Stem Parts is on Instagram too, by the way, also.
Okay, cool. I think I'm following you on Instagram.
Best way to get a hold of Stem Parts is on the internet.
Well, the best way to get a hold of Walter is to call the shop.
Well, yeah, like after 10 o'clock usually most days, because I'm in the shop working, but office-wise after 10ish. So
yeah, there you go.
Email. That works too.
Yeah, email, calls. That's all good. Going through social media is going to take you a little bit. Yeah, it's not the best. It'll take you a little bit longer.
Not so much Facebook and Instagram, but that's not the best way. I don't like doing business on Facebook just because I don't. So.
Understood. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Let me make sure. I don't know how many times I got to press the end button here, but I guess I'll go ahead and do that. Big thanks to everyone hanging out with us. We appreciate you guys. We will see you next week. We are out of here. Let me go. Let's see how many times I got to press this button.
Joe, check and see if it gets off of here. If you're in there, Joe,
yeah.
Check it out.
Okay, so I'm going to do it now. Okay. That's one place.